All right. Well, welcome back. So here's the deal. 2 days time, I have another PQ, or the first PQ of Legends of the Force. So as you know, the point system kicks in this season to qualify for Galactic. So this is the first opportunity for myself to earn some points. Still deciding what deck to play. I think it's between Yoda and Iden. One is a lot more fun to play than the other, even for your opponent. So I'm kind of leaning towards Yoda, but we'll see how the testing and that goes because there's less than 48 hours to the PQ. I've made some changes to the Yoda deck, so I've played it in weeklies this week, and I've just been tweaking it as we've gone. I think I've gone 8-1 in the rounds and that with it, so quite good so far. The only loss was to Clint on Sabine, so I lost that one 1-2. So what I want to try tonight is Constructed Sabers. So Constructed Saber was a saber in Legends of the Force, and it's got some utility in this deck because we do have the Secret Sages, which is something that I've replaced Artigalia with. It can make them Sentinel, and it can also give Yaddle and that basically restore 3, or Yoda restore 4. So I've made that change. Redemption has gone down to 2 crate dragons. Still got the bombing run. I'm not 100% sure on that one at the moment. Down to 1 Owen. These Concord Dawn Interceptors are new. Trialing them out as well. So there's a lot of space heavy decks at the moment, and I find them quite useful. They were in the side, so I brought 2 in because I kept wanting to bring them in. So same deal as normal, 10 games, and I just record the score. We're going to bring back the Ray counter tonight as well. So the Ray counter is every time our Ray unit gets revealed off the top of our deck, we increment the counter by 1. So let's see how we go.
Hello there.
So I am expecting a lot of this deck, Boba Data Vault. It's quite good in this set, and listening to the FFG live stream earlier on today, they were saying that it is the most successful deck so far in the PQs. So that should be no surprise. All right, so this seems pretty good. So we'll keep this. We can ditch a Ray. Unfortunately, probably going to have to ditch a Luke here. Just because you want your Yaddle first turn, and then you want your, if it dies for whatever reason, you want your C3PO to begin to draw Rays, and then we want to cheat out something if we can. So you'll probably play a Bombing 041. Yep, TIE Bomber. All right, so we'll claim. Okay, so this is pretty good for us. The options is that we could just open fire directly, or we could play the Owen Lars down, take all the damage on the Owen Lars, and then play a 3PO to also draw Ray. So, so if we don't do that, we could just open fire and then continue on our way. No, let's go with the approach. Do we keep open fire then? That's the question. Yeah, I think we do need it still. So I'm going to play Owen Lars here, and I want to take some of the damage on Owen. Yoda Red for this weekend. Maybe, CJ, maybe. It's a toss between this one and... oh, well, I am going to heal. It's a toss-up between this one and Iden at the moment. All right, let's keep it like that. We take it on Owen, we're going to get a draw, and then we'll get another draw as well. So let's try that. All right, we'll take a Secretive Sage. We'll then put Ray on top. We'll call a 5. And then we'll hit him with Yaddle. So I'm not sure if that was the correct move, especially now that we've lost our uh, You Only Hope. Maybe it's been too greedy going straight for the Alright, we'll take that one just on base there. Too greedy going for the Ray play. I probably expect a it's a tough. I probably expect the 4/4 or even the Dorian gunship here. Let's just hit him with Yaddle. Yeah, but we were right. It was the fire spray. Let's take that on base. And it kind of worked out pretty well. So if you'll see here, then I can kill the fire spray and then drop the ray and kill the bomber as well. Which I didn't exactly plan it like that, but sometimes it works out. We'll go 5, reveal and draw, and kill the TIE bomber. Yeah, so both are strong picks. Yeah, obviously the Iden is strong into some matchups. It's weak into this matchup. I know that. I played Kieran earlier on, and he smashed my Iden. Hey, just a dude, what's happening? Do we need see the new constructed lightsabers? Is that any good in this matchup? Probably not. So PQ in a couple of days. So I'm just testing out things at the moment. All right. I think I'm just going to put Poe here, and that's going to force him not to deploy onto the Ruthless Raider. Always think about cutting Poe, but then in instances like this, it's pretty strong. All right, so we'll just claim and we'll be able to kill his leader here. Do we still need the ray? I'll probably get rid of the sage here. All right, so let's hit base. We will ditch a card. We will ditch a Poe. And then we'll take out the upgrade. All right, I think I'll just hit the Raider for 4. We'll see what he plays here, because it's going to give us quite a strong Luke next turn. So Kieran was running Piet Red, and that is, yeah, that really hammered me. So it's not a great matchup for Iden in that as well. All right, so he's run Vader out. So we can claim here. Bombing run's not too bad for the ground. Probably don't need the ray anymore. So what are options? We can run into the Ruthless Raider. We can bombing run the ground. All right, let's bombing run the ground. Take out both of those at once. We have got the Yoda flip. He is on 9 resources though. So you could see a planetary bombardment here, or we could see the Devastator. All right, so let's take out the Raider. Let's see a Devastator. Yes. So we don't have the answer for that, actually. because we can't flip. So we're going to have to claim. I forgot that the Devastator was 8. For some reason, I thought it was 9. Right, so we can fell it. If he has a bombardment here, though, we're going to take a lot of damage. We really messed up that last turn. Okay. Right, let's put a unit on top. We'll have to put the crate. All right, we'll deploy Yoda. We'll trigger it. We'll kill the gunship. We'll Kiadi Mundi to draw, and then we can attack and get the force back. All right, and then we can claim. All right, Kiadi Mundi again is good. Probably Ray's not too good in this spot, just because Yoda's out deployed. That's devastating. Yeah, I kind of got. I think I kind of got a little bit lucky on that last turn that he had kind of a weak play, but we'll see. All right, I think we just take it on Yoda. I think we just keep pushing here. We can hit the gunship. Don't think he can kill us, but I could be wrong. We have lethal with Luke. He can't kill Luke. Yep. All right, there we go. Not the cleanest play for the first one, but we got there. Now Ray counter. How many times did Ray trigger? Twice, I think, in that one. All right. So yeah, this is the list here. I played it last night at Mitchell's one at Fortress in Sydney. Now I made some changes, some tweaks after getting beat by Clint in the final round. So I'm just testing those out at the moment. All right, let's go again.
Hello there.
Oh, here we go again. There is a lot of Boba Data Vault out there at the moment to get 2 in a row. I think this is a different player. Okay. Let me see. All right, bombing run. And Hammerhead. We won't have the force, which is not great. Sabine, yeah, exactly. That's what happened. I won the first one, but then lost the next 2. Bombing run and Hammerhead. The danger is if we mulligan and get nothing here. We have got a You'll Only Hope, so let's keep this for now. We'll get rid of the Hammerhead and the bombing run. People are really liking it. Yeah, the Boba 4. I assume that's what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a good list. One thing I have done is weighted this list more on the 3s now with the constructed lightsabers. So you can confidently say 3 a lot of the time when you're coming in, so like that. All right, well, that's a good start. 2 troopers there. All right, let's... Do we say 5 and try and hit a Ray? Let's try it. Oh, close. It was a 4. All right, we'll take that on base. Yeah, we'll take that on base as well. What was that? Piercing shot. Okay, well, let's draw. We can put the fell on the bottom for now. All right, we'll play a Concord. It's kind of annoying, this trooper here at the moment. All right, we can get rid of one Kiadimundi. We can play an Owen on the ground and potentially either open fire X-Wing here. The Sentinel effect of constructed, yeah, lightsaber is very underrated. Yeah, exactly. Especially if you get it on, where do I take the damage here? I think I just take it on the intercept. 2 on the interceptors, 1 on base. I think I drop an Owen here. That way I can take at least 1 of the damage. And that way I can open fire the fire spray. We'll draw. Did we hit a ray? No. The Yaddle on the bottom. We've got a saber, but we do not have a force unit for it. Be nice to hit a Luke here. I think I'll just restore. Let's put 1 damage on the bomber there. We're in a little bit of trouble here because unless we can get a good something to deal with Boba on there, which we don't. All right, let's draw and see what we get. Makes a very attractive target there for Boba, unfortunately. And now I'm like, I could force throw, but then maybe I want to force throw. If I can get something big, I can force throw to get rid of the Boba Fett when it's deployed. Just a shame I didn't have the force. I could have Kiadimundi'd at some point here. Not sure what's happening to our opponent here. Right, he's claimed initiative, so I think we just play the Sage and then pass. All right, we've got a lot of Your Money Hopes, and we might need something here. So I expect Boba to clear the space lane out here. So we're going to need a 7 to deal with Boba there. All right, so we picked a Ray up. So what we can do is take the Ray. That'll take out the Stormtrooper. We can trigger it and then hit the strike ship, and then we can force throw Ray at the Boba Fett. So that is insane. You got to feel bad for him when that happens. Yeah, that is insane. He hit the Owen Lars, which drew a ray, which did 2 damage to the unit, and then we just force throw. All right, so let's hit the TIE bomber there. Yes, that ray force throw play is very great against Boba. All right, let's kill the trooper here to get the force. We're going to have to take it on base. Now, if we can draw a ray here, then we can do a full clear. All right, so let's draw even better. We'll put Luke on top, and then Your Only Hope, and then hit the platform. All right, so we can do 1 on Luke and then just 2 on base. So yeah, that's. I'm losing track of the ray counters. I think they're too hard to track. Let's turn that off. All right, so let's get rid of the Night Sister. We do have our Force online, and this is our Yoda deploy as well. All right, so he's hit us with the open fire. So let's get the Restore 3 in with Luke. Earlier today, I had a lightsaber on Luke. Oh, he's claimed now. All right, so let's trigger. All right, we can put a card on. Oh, we can't because nothing's dropped out. So we'll just guess 3, which is the highest weighted in our deck. It's not. It's a 4. In this situation, just deploy Yoda. It's got the Restore 2, and you need the 9 health. Right, we can get rid of Your Only Hope. Right, so he's hit us with the Devastator. You can clean up a few units, like 3 units with that. We can just keep pushing, and we've got Fell the Dragon. All right, so we haven't used our constructed lightsaber yet, which is unfortunate. Concord Dawns have sort of come in handy, which is one of the newer cards that I've put in. Well, it was in the side. All right, we'll Fell the Devastator and then just drop the Turret. I don't think we need Your Only Hope anymore. He's going to hit us with another Devastator, but we should have enough for lethal now. Hey Solush, what's happening? I'm just practicing for a PQ that's going to be on less than 48 hours. There's CJ in the chat's going to be there. Gun3D, he'll be there as well. So it's our first chance to hopefully some of us get some points towards Galactics next year. All right, so there we go. We've had 2 Boba 4 data vaults. The first match was very touch and go, but that one I think our opponent had quite a bad draw in the middle of that game, and that that line with the ray was was pretty good. Oh, and just a doodle, it will be there as well. Awesome. Yeah, let's get those points. Yeah, you want to get that buy. You don't want to have to go through the qualifier again, Mitchell, on that one. All right, let's keep this. We've got the Force. We've got a Concord. We won't need a crate in this matchup. And a Fell. Do we need the Fell? Not on double yellow. Don't think. Oh, we'll see. We could be punished. All right, he starts with a Fireball. Claim. Oh, we got our Fell back, so that's good. But here's the problem here is that I guess nothing's going to die, so we probably don't need the ray. CJ, I just got to pick a deck. I thought you were on Boba 4 Data Vault. Gun3D says, in all honesty, I feel like I need to be playing day 1 as a point of redemption. Yeah, you get a lot of stuff. If you haven't seen the video I posted with the day 3 Galactic Championship haul, there was a lot of stuff that I got just for let's block that that I got just for qualifying. You get the Obi-Wan mat, the Obi-Wan sleeves, bypassed all of day 1. You got like the silver pack day 1 prizing. You got free lunch. Got heaps of stuff. It was pretty good. All right, so let's claim here. We're able to block the Falcon, which is what we wanted. Constructed lightsaber. Does that do anything for us? I don't think so. So we're still keeping Yoda or thinking about Rey? Well, the problem with Rey is I would like to, if they ban Force Throw, I go straight back to Rey Data Vault. But while Force Throw is still in the meta, it's too hard to play that deck. Kiadi and all that, they kind of outvalue the red-blue decks, which wasn't always the case. Okay, so I can Kiadi and draw straight away. Or I can hit with, but then I don't get to sort of manipulate the deck and try and put something on there. So let's hit with the interceptors first. All right, so here's where we get to draw then. Well, and Owen's not what we wanted, so let's put that on the bottom. He's probably going to come through with a Falcon, and it's got Kaz, so what we're kind of after here is a big Force Throw, and something like that will do, yeah, the next turn. So we can Force Throw ourselves, throw the Luke at the Falcon there. All right, so let's claim. So that was a pretty clutch draw. I don't need the second Yaddle. All right, let's Force Throw myself. We'll throw Luke at the Falcon. We've still got 4 resources left. Only cost us 1. It is good. All right, let's draw. We'll put the Night Sister Warrior on top just so we can get the 3PO draw. Say 2. We've got the Yaddle, which is always good when you've got a number of Force units. So what does? Yeah, CJ said of bricks. Yeah, that was my problem sometimes with the Boba Data Vault. It does brick occasionally, especially when you're playing the Data Vault. So yeah. Same issue that made you play the 30 last set. Yeah, the 30 base. That's playing that Kylo Data Vault. I had the similar issues with that. All right, so where I was bricking, so we can fell that, or we could play a Poe. If we fell it, we're going to get a draw at least. Do we want that? I think so. Let's fell that. We might try and get a Ray or something. Well, Luke's good. Put the Poe on top. We'll say 5. Probably claim here. We're just going to be careful for some burst damage here. That helps. The Secretive Sage. Not Secretive Sage, the Your Only Hope. Kylo Tarkintown does slap. Yeah, it's a fun deck too to play that one. And it like punishes like the Han pretty hard. All right, so he's going to hit us with the Cunning. Yep. So I think we just risk it here. So, oh, we just played the Luke. Yeah, we just played the Luke there. It only had 3 health. So, all right. So I could just deploy to get rid of this. I've just got to not hit an Owen, which I've already seen, and just the Force Throws. So we missed both of those. So it's quite a high chance when that happens. It's when it's only a 2 cost one that we're able to get it hit. So it's worth the risk on that one. Okay. Hit an item for 27 with, yeah, Kylo. See, Iden should be able to keep their health like topped off, but yeah, it's big hits with that deck. Waylay, so he's okay. So let's just hit with Yaddle, which will turn on the restore on our other Jedi units. Okay, so he's going to bounce. We'll just keep attacking. We'll say 3. No. Doesn't really matter what we play here. We'll get a trigger and then a chirrup. So watching the PQs at the moment, all the results and that coming in. So there's been one other Australian one at the moment, and that was won by Quinlan Tarkentown, and that was last weekend, and that was against Thrawn Yellow, Thrawn 4 Yellow, the Jump to Light Speed one. So that was pretty cool to watch, and what was interesting when they did the recap of the 40 was that there was only one Han 2 blue in the whole list. Wow, we've got another Boba 4 data vault here. There was one Han 2 blue, one Han 2 green, and Mother Talzin at 4 was the most represented deck. I found that pretty interesting. Okay, let's keep here. We've got a lot of Force throws, and we've also got our Ray unit too. We're going to keep Yaddle. Yeah, that's a tough call. Where do we keep the X-Wing or the Ray unit? I think we have to keep the X-Wing here. All right, let's play the Yaddle out. All right, now we can get rid of the X-Wing because we've got the Interceptors. We'll take 2 on base, maybe 1 on Yaddle, and then another 1. All right, let's get the Force first before we think about what we're going to do on the next turn here. I think we just play the Interceptors there. All right, we do have a Ray. We could really pop off this. If we can keep the Yaddle around, we could really pop off this. Yeah, he opened fire that one. That's cool. All right, let's force throw our opponent. All right, so 1. Take all of that on base. Lucky to run in there, so see what we... Oh, that's good as well. Let's put that on top. All right, we'll say 5. It's a shame that we couldn't at least do 2 damage to that. Trigger. Now the question is, do we keep the Force throw? I think we have to keep the Force throw in case he does deploy Boba Fett on. We can Force throw. We can throw. Wow, he choked. Yeah, don't do that. He choked the... Okay. Well, now we just force it. He's got one card. He choked the C-3PO. All right, well, we'll make him discard the last card then. All right, and we've got a Your Only Hope. Robbie don't need the Ray unit now. So CJ says 1 unit on board when they tapped out, so stuck heaps of upgrades and hit them hard. Yeah, I did throw him in eventually there. I was saving the throw for... I'm going to draw here. I was saving the throw for the next turn in case he deployed. But it worked out once he had one card left. It was fine. Okay, let's just... There's no point getting the hammerhead out there. All right, he's claimed. We'll trigger. Yeah, still not great. He's going to be able to just hit here. All right, I think I just hammerhead the Ruthless Raider there. Yeah, I'm going to take a lot of damage. We did draw the Luke too for the Your Only Hope. It's going to look a bit sketchy, this one. So we'll hit in there. We can then Luke. And see what else he's got. Yeah. We'll draw. We'll put the Your Only Hope on the bottom. And then we'll deploy Yoda. And we won't get his action, but we'll be able to get some restore going. We'll get rid of the Sage. He doesn't have many cards, but, you know, and we do have the answer for Devastator. The one thing I like about the, yeah, okay, so he's going to do that. So we'll just take it all on Yoda. That's fine. And he's force choked it. Okay. All right, we'll take... Oh, Luke's good for next turn. Play Concord and just play all our units out. Constructed is good if it's a heroic unit, but it's not. Open fire. Probably don't need open fire. We've got 2 fells. All right, so we just force throw here. All right, so we can Luke the HK now. We can then... We've got a Ray, so we'll take that. Now, when you draw Ray and they don't have any units on the board, you have to damage one of your own, unfortunately. So C-3PO will bear the brunt of that hit. All right, so we've got Chirrut, Rebellious Hammerhead, yeah. It looked a bit dicey in the middle of that game, but some clutch draws helped out on that one. So 4-0. I don't think we've used Constructed Saber yet. but we haven't really. We've played three Boba 4 data vaults, which is maybe an indication of the weekend. Who knows with the meta? Like the Brisbane one, as I was saying, one hunt, two blue out of 40, which is seems crazy to
Hello
me
there.
because it's such a good deck. I think there's a couple of Quinlans. There's 4000s. What else? There was a Rex that made the top 8. Rex double green. That was cool. All right, so we'll keep this hand. Now the hardest part's always work out what to keep. Uh, so we're going to pass the first turn. So I think Owen gives them too much of an easy ride there. 10 cards too many. They won't get in the draws exactly. I think he had a rough draw. I don't know if we need Ray at this stage, but then always maybe I'll get rid of Chirrut. Because what is the play here? I go. I don't know. Let's try this. I'm going to pass. Because I want to keep 2 units in case he sparks or something, or here as well. I want to be able to play something. But here I can at least play a Yaddle. Great's not good. All right, so he's going to spark. I think we're okay with that. He might take the force throw. I'm going to generate the force. All right, and then I'm going to force throw him. Okay, he'll kill the Yaddle. Oh, that's pretty good. Do we want the Owen? Let's leave the Owen on top. So the key when you're playing Quinlan, as far as I can work out, is that what you need is card draw. All right, I don't think we need the Owen now. All right, so the Falcon. Maybe I should have kept the Owen. I don't know what I was thinking. Then we'll play the Yoda. Should have kept the Owen because I needed something to play. All right, let's get rid of the Poe. Yeah, you need card draw. All right, so he's going to take the Falcon back. All right, let's draw. Okay, we'll draw. Give us a ray. Not a ray. Poe on the bottom. All right, so let's claim. We don't need the bombing run. So we'll hit Poe. We'll get the force back again now. So you can only play Owen since they won't have the 1 cost to ping it with. Yes, that's true. And that as well. Yeah, against Quinlan, they've got to match the cost of the unit. So, all right. So I think I'm safe to draw here because if I get a Your Money Hope, the other option is I can cheer it. No, let's draw. We'll put that on bottom. If he hits the Kiadi, then I'll open fire, and I think I'll just open fire on the Falcon here. And I'll trigger a card draw there. Yep. So this is Yoda deploy. We've taken hardly any damage at all. So we're looking pretty good so far, but things can change. All right, so I can either Rebellious Hammerhead or I think a Rebellious Hammerhead because the Luke will still give me an option to kill a Han or something. If he runs it out here. So one thing with the Yoda deck, there's a lot of sequencing, but once you sort of get it down pat, it's not too bad. And the games don't go; they go for a while, but it's not nothing like playing hard control, which is what I play sometimes. Well, it's hard or soft control. Like the Iden has a lot of events, but then has Star Destroyers and all that at the top, so it's not completely hard control. And a lot of the lists now are running like Eighth Brother, Callus, Maul, and that. So it's going a bit more into the high end unit control as well. We're doing pretty well so far. We've had Quinlan. So we're getting a full range of the meta here. And now we're getting a Cad Bane Tarkintown as well. So we'll see how the deck goes into that. All right, we'll mulligan. Chances are you would have ran Han into Luke if you had it, so it made sense. That's exactly what I thought. I'd hammer, and then if he played a Luke on the ground, I would flip and flip go that way as well. All right, so we're probably not getting a crate in this game. So it's a CAD, so this one I will just pass as well. We've got 2/2 drops, so if you're Bazines, we're okay. All right, so let's play the Yaddle there. And then we can claim. Bombing run. Considering he's playing Reckless Gunslinger, I think I'm going to ditch the second Kiadi. Let's hit the Garrido and get the Force. Yeah, here we go. Gun 3D, the resident CAD player. Get ready to be dumpstered. Well, TV didn't dumpster me the other night, did he? With this deck. What can we do here? Let's put the bombing run on bottom. It surely can't go too wide. Okay. Let's play a Night Sister Warrior and then like force throw him. It'll at least get rid of the Gunslinger and may get rid of the Boba Fett. I don't know why it's black. That's Tivy. Is this Tivy's burner accounts? Cammy77. Tivy, he loves his CAD. Yeah, he's trying to decide what to play in Adelaide when we go there. No good to me dead. So we hit the Reckless Gunslinger. All right, we pass. All right, let's complete the crate in case we get a force throw and we can throw that at CAD. All right, so let's play the Kiadi Mundi. Right, we haven't been done by Tarkintown yet, so let's... If he wants the Tarkintown, he can do it. All right, so we can claim here. Pretty good because we're going to be able to hit a Luke here. Right, we can get rid of that Yoda. All right, we'll put Luke on top. And we'll You'll hope that Luke out. His CAD isn't the meta CAD. He told me that he told me that your CAD was not the meta CAD Gun 3D. He said that your CAD is like a really weird build and like hyper aggressive, and his was the more meta build, is what he told me. All right, we'll pass. All right, I think we run into the Boba Fett because CAD's ability does 2 anyway. We want to hit that nice restore while we can. All right, let's work out what we're going to do here. We can put an open fire on bottom. Play a Chirrut. We'll trigger that. We'll play a Night Sister Warrior as well. So that unit could be a Cad Bane. It could scoop everything up, but we have got the Fell the Dragon. One of the most important things when you're playing Cad, doesn't matter if you're playing Ray or any of these other heroic decks, always prioritize keeping a Fell the Dragon. All right, let's get rid of the... Let's get rid of the Poe here. Right, so we can kill the CAD, because if he plays a unit out here, it's going to kill the 2-drop, because he does 2 damage CAD on deploy, so of another unit. All right, so let's just rivals the Raider. Then we'll flip. We want to put something that's 3 on top. So let's put the Concord Dawns. All right, we'll deploy, we'll trigger and kill the Marauder, and then we can kill the Muscle. And then we've also got our, well, maybe not. Let's play the Owen Lars out. We'll kill the Muscle when it comes back out. Yeah, so that's the one you played. Was testing it out. You weren't a fan. It's not CAD doing CAD things. It's CAD doing Kyler things. Yeah, it was, from what he explained to me, it hit really hard all at once. And he said, I probably would have beaten my deck. This deck here, hitting that. I think he said you hit for 11 or something like that. So, all right. Well, that's sad that our Yodas died. We're going to have to drop a Crate Dragon to avenge the Yoda. Get rid of the Sage. Alright, so he's going to hit us with the Zuckuss. Well, we were going to drop a Crate, but could be, we could go Fell and Poe. No, let's just drop the Crate there. Oh, a Constructed Saber, we might actually use it. That's a new addition that I'd made in there, and yeah. Am I brave enough to put one of the top 64 Galactic Sabers in my deck? Which one of them is a constructed lightsaber. But what I was thinking, because I've got the 9 now, I opened my box. Was, let's just hit base there, was getting a frame, and that made up of it having the nine sabers in there. Yeah, I think that Crate Dragon was the right move. It just kind of locked out the game. Oh, we can trigger a raid to help us finish the match. All right, we moved to 6-0, so we're having a lot of success tonight. It's not always like this. Put it on the Crate. You are right. Why didn't I not think it? No, you can't put it on the Crate. It has to be force sensitive. I originally had, Lunch had the Bendu when they won the Gen Con event, and the Bendu is force sensitive, so you can have a constructed saber on a 10-10 Bendu, and I think it's not heroic, not villainy, so it'd have Sentinel as well, be a 12-13
Hello
Sentinel.
there.
Wow, another Boba 4 Data Vault. This is the 4th one. in 7 games. Okay. I mean, the Owens are okay and the Concords are okay, but like, nah, he didn't want to play that game. All right. Probably would have mulliganed that one. Kind of want a force unit.
Hello there.
Oh, a mirror. We're at Fortress Vader, and this Yoda is at the Strangled Cliffs. I don't know how I go into the mirror because, oh, wow, this is kind of a tough start because we have a lot of cards that we want to keep. They have initiative. Uh, we have a lot of cards we want to keep. We don't really want to, because we want to keep Coyote Mundi, Sage, probably Forster, and a Luke. So it means we're getting rid of a Poe and a Luke. We'll keep because we don't have initiative. So I don't even know how good Forster is as well at the moment in this matchup if you're drawing lots of cards. Okay, another Sage, an Open Fire. Really Open Fire. Some of them run Mystic Reflections. Kieran says, did I make you change deck after today? Well, there are 2 decks that I'm considering, and this is one of them. So, yeah, made me not want to play Item, considering I've hit, how many? 3 or 4 Boba Data Vaults already tonight. So, it's been a very high showing of those kind of decks where they run the big ships and all the bombardment. So it's no good against the event heavy decks. I mean, he's got slightly better play here because he got the Yoda out. He got Chirrut. Chirrut's, we're okay with that, I think. I think we draw here. We get a Ray trigger. Where do we put the Ray trigger? I think we put it on the Sage. You likely trade into our Sage with the... Right, so he chooses top. Let's us draw as well. Let's put that on bottom. All right, let's claim. We'll start up with the Force Throw. We've got a Kiadi as well. We'll make him discard. See what he discards first. Shatter Point. So we'll put on Chirrut. So Gun says, yeah, I had more Saber on CAD and Supply Strike for 11. Yeah, that's what he told me. With that CAD deck, you really need to win on flip. Yeah, so you build it kind of like the Kylo decks and that as well. All right, so let's finish off the Chirrut. Give us the Force back. He might kill our Kiadi here. If he does, we can get another draw as well. All right, so we can put Ray on top. Right, he's going to play his Ray. Okay. Well, I think this is where we just force throw him. And we can play our Concords out. Yeah, so he hit his Anakin. Now we'll pop the Yoda, and then we can play our Concords out as well. It's a big difference in some of the games when you get a Kiadi-Mundi and they don't get a Kiadi-Mundi. All right, so let's draw. I'm going to play both of these out, so I might have to put them. And I want to keep the Luke and the Fells around as well. So, all right, let's just put it on top. Kieran says, going Thrawn Yellow for Sydney PQ, driving 3.5 hours to play a day of hard control. It is really fun, that Thrawn Yellow. I nearly took Thrawn Data Vault to 2 Worlds. I'm thankful I didn't, because there was so much Force Lightning that it would have been horrible, and I would not have made as far as I did. So I am glad of that. But Thrawn Yellow with the Legacy run is a super fun deck. I really like playing that. The Legacy run is actually getting, pardon the pun, but a lot of run in the Palp Yellow decks and that as well, which I found really cool. All right, let's keep pushing. We know he's going to play Yoda out here. We do have a Rivals Fall. We'll attack with the Sage again next. Legacy run so busted. Yeah. It's super fun. I'm glad they print cards like that. Well, this is going to be a good turn for us, I think. Right, so he passes. So what we do is we put Luke on top. We're going to use Luke to kill his Luke. And we'll hit the base for 4. So he's going to keep passing here. So I think we just claim. There's no reason for us to even spend our resources there. We've got 4 units out. He's got 1. He's going to have to blind flip now to hit Seattle. So now we can actually Rivals Fall his Yoda. So he knew we had it. That's why he was like passing. And again, yeah, so we'll just keep pushing. He's going to hit the Force throw. All right, play 3PO out. We'll say 3. So 3. Now he's down to not many cards. All right, I think we can Luke the Hammerhead here. You, you pay for this cool card, yoink, Power the Dark Side, go, yeah. Okay. That's unfortunate that he hit our C3PO, but we are going to be able to clear the Luke here. Because we'll put Rey on top. We'll then run into Luke and pop the Rey. All right, there we go. Now we are kind of in range where we if we can get 6 on his base, then any ray hit will kick off. That's unfortunate. Okay, so I think we do just fell the mace. Yeah. We're gonna need a replacement fell or something in case he hits a crate dragon. Okay, so let's draw. We'll put ray on top. Sabine has entered the chat. The I made some changes. I'm trying to test constructed lightsaber, Clint, but it's I haven't used it once. So I don't know how good it is. I keep running into Boba data volts, so be prepared for Boba data volts on the weekend if that's any reflection. And now I get a mirror here. Play the Owen out as well. And here we go. Here's the constructed lightsaber that we've been waiting for. All right, so we move up to 7-0. He conquered the mirror. Yeah, I used to have redemption in main, but like when I played Clint yesterday, I'm not even getting to redemption. So it's like, what's the point of having it in there?
Hello there.
If that's the case. Trying a few extra stuff against the more aggressive decks, but I'm kind of getting all these mid-range decks at the moment. All right, this will do. 2, 3. I need to keep the force throw. I like the Owen for the power of the dark side. All right, we'll claim. Well, I guess we lose the Owen now. We'll turn on the force. Okay, well. Do I just throw a Luke at him? He's going to spend it on a constructed lightsaber. 3PO's pretty good because we put Yoda on top and then we draw up. So we lost some card advantage there and we've drawn back up. Still didn't get to use it. Yeah. We don't need that many Your Manny Hopes. If I do hit it, it makes it really angry. That's the only problem. And like I can get a draw out of C3PO, but I don't have the ray. If I had the ray, I would definitely hit attack and trigger. So let's see what we get. I'm gonna say 5. It's a force throw. Okay. All right. Okay, Yaddle. We'll get rid of the Yaddle. We've got the Fell the Dragon in case he makes it massive with the saber. Last Mega Games PQ plus Boba DV doing well at the moment. Things prepare for it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Kieran's in the chat here as well. I think, what did he say? Thrawn yellow as well. So be prepared for maybe that as well. I think it's going to be a good mix of just decks. I think it's going to be like the Brisbane one. A lot of people are going to be bringing all kinds of different stuff, which is really cool. All right, we're going to need to try and draw a unit or something here. He hits Yoda, which is good because we get a draw. Okay, so let's... He's going to use the force here to kill my sage. So I may as well just pop the shield off Darth Tyrannus. Now, if you can give us a Luke, something like that. It's not a Luke, but it is a Rivals. We probably don't need the Your Only Hope anymore, so let's put that on the bottom. And there it is. We drew the ray to kill the Darth Tyrannus. It's sometimes you're really lucky, sometimes you're not. And yeah, I've had a lot of luck. A lot of one-offs. He said something about making everyone vomit. No, my friend is taking a VAR Blue. That's cool. To the PQ for fun. I like that. All right, so let's hit his base. If he pops Maul out, we will Rivals. Yeah, well, he doesn't do it yet. Well, let's just play Ray, and we could throw a Crate Dragon at him. All right, you discard Crate at Maul. He's going to force stroke me, so he can have a fell. We want to keep him off the force. Is it worth doing that, or is it worth... No, I think we'll keep the rival, so let's claim. I don't think we need... I'd rather have some card draw. Right, I'm just going to deploy Yoda to kill the Night Sister Warrior. Keep him off the force so he can't one-ping Ray there. See, if he had been able to attack that, he would have been able to kill Ray. All right, so Owen, which we're not concerned about. All right, so the deck link at the moment is in the description of the video. A constructed lightsaber. Can we put it on? Can we put it on Yoda? Let's keep attacking. All right, let's put it on Yoda. There he is. He's got 6 attack and he's got restore 4. All right, force lightning. Okay, that doesn't even kill it, so we're okay with that. All right, so there we go. The Maul Blue. I think Tim is on Maul, or he last night. He's got the showcase. The showcase for Maul looks pretty cool. All right, so that's 8-0. So we play 10 matches. We've got 2 to go. And why not play another Boba Data Bolt? That's what we're playing. All things fine. It says you're streaming and I missed it. Vader and Anakin, highly overrated, terrible cards. That's because the game's normally over when you're playing, Clint. That's why they're terrible. And you know, they're useless in that kind of matchup. So I agree with that. We'll get rid of the Crate. The Yaddle. All right, let's claim. All right, how big can we make this Yaddle? Should we just play silly in this game and get rid of the Ray and just try and make the Yaddle as big as possible? This Yaddle is going to restore for 3. All right, we'll claim. Oh, there's some good cards here. All right. this Yaddle with another saber will restore for 6. So am I better off force throwing first though? Probably. Let's force throw first. Right, we'll take all of that on base. This is obviously not the correct way to play, but I'm just curious now. The double constructed lightsaber on Yaddle, restoring for 5 each time. Let's draw. Put that on bottom. A Chirrut and an Owen. It'd be nice to hit a Luke or something here, just to really pump up the restore. I'm just seeing if this works. This is obviously not the way to play it. Was playing not Liam says playing tonight with a mate who was Yoda Red, and we're talking about running. Okay, so yeah, be slightly an issue because he's going to be able to kill it with the Boba flip. What do we go? 3. That's a 2. I'm going to try and use our Your Only Hope here. Yeah, that barrage really hurt. Force choke. That's interesting. Oh, that is very good by itself too. Clutching it out tonight. Right, we'll hit there, get some restore going. Let's go 3 to 3. Well, he's kind of got us here. I was waiting for him to deploy the Boba Fett out. I can't force throw that last one, so I think I have to draw. I'll discard his last card. It's Devastator, so that was good. But we're going to need some miracles here, I think. Right, let's get rid of this one here. And we just die. Yeah. We just die. Yeah, it was not the right thing to do that, that double saber one. If you didn't have the barrage, maybe. And that as well. So don't do that. Our normal game is to just engage and throw the force throws and try and clear the space lane out. Right, a Towson. We haven't played a Towson tonight. I get rid of one chariot. Do we want the chariot or the... Let's go the Poe. We'll start with the Sage. We want to turn the Force on. Claim. We'll run into... Now we can get rid of the warrior there. We want to run into the Kylo. All Things Fade says, Iden Versio hard removal completely annoys me. Well, I won't say what the other deck I play is then. Terrified of removal like Rivals Force, whatever makes you pick a unit. Gonna do, so All Things Fade is got the PQ, Legends of the Force, gonna do Chris Red. That seems pretty cool. We nothing's died. All right, let's get rid of the warrior there. Thought, yeah, Darth Tyrannus is such a good unit for 1,000. I think I killed the Ren here. Like, I have got a play where I can draw a card, which I should probably just check. Like, draw a card, put Ray on top, C3PO, but then I'm only using 2 mana to do that, so... I think we'll just go to the Chirrut. Yeah, see, now if I had to pick the Night Sister Warrior up, I probably would have done the other play. Okay, so he played Shatterpoint. Let's put the Hammerhead on top. He's claiming he didn't deploy his leader out, which is interesting. We can get rid of the X-Wing here. All right, let's draw. We'll put Ray on top. Well, 3PO, we'll say 5. We'll reveal and draw, and then hit Darth Tyrannus. So Elthing says, how do you tackle a deck that counters you? Just take it, or think of what you can side deck to balance it a bit. If there's a deck that directly counters you, for your main deck, you can have a few cards in the sideboard, but if it compromises the majority of your other matches, then you either just ignore it and try and avoid it, or you dedicate a few cards to it, but you really need to be careful that you don't destroy your deck in the process of doing that. But the best the best strategy is actually avoiding it if you can, which is not always possible. But you got to look at the meta, what the expected meta. Some days it's your day, some days it won't be your day, and you'll get matched into all of those terrible hard matchups. And yeah, and some days you'll get all the favorable matchups. But like this deck here, what's it weak to? Probably a little bit go wide aggro is what we kind of found issues with. All right, so I think I just Luke. He's probably got a power, but I'll be able to remove the assassin. anyway, so we'll put the bombing run on top. We'll deploy, trigger, and hit. So this deck's got a few weaknesses, and I try and cover it in the sideboard, like the wide bombing runs, redemptions, the confiscates, and the interceptors. What I found was that I kept hitting space decks, so I actually moved some of these sideboard cards in, like the interceptors. The best strat for me for Scott is to draw bloody Lukes all the time. Don't worry about it. Yeah, yeah. That's the best strategy. Is that yeah? Gotta hit all those Lukes. I'm gonna be very sad the day that it rotates. And Kieran says you play slightly off meta, but still good decks. You can blame that and serve your own skill. Works for me every time. Exactly. I do not like mirrors, so I always try and play something that is decent but slightly off meta. Right, so Towson Green. Okay, here comes Anakin again. Just keep pushing. We're nearly back to 0 on our damage. He claims. Wow. Okay. Trigger. We've got a ray trigger. Always good. Drop the ray as well. And that should be it, I think. That should be... Okay, an OB. So that's why he was kind of sweating on. Because I could have removed the unit, but it's not going to matter with this board. So there we have it. 10 games with Yoda. 9-1. We lost one game because I double lightsabered, constructed lightsaber to Yaddle and threw it into the Data Vault and the Boba. He was able to barrage and then open fire it to get rid of it. So, but it was restoring for 5. So that was cool. So Clint says, Kieran, this weekend, let me introduce you to AIDS. I thought the Penrith PQ wasn't until later in the set, Clint. Out west there. Like that, Kieran, but you are playing Thrawn, so I disagree in spite. All right, so that's the this is the deck here. So that was the 10 games. Let's just play. Now we've done that. Let's just try and some random decks that won't play Iden. This one here is, I grabbed this list and I found it really interesting that the Palpatine was playing the Force, and you look at his deck and he's like, oh, it's just an itinerant warrior. Now, this is the one that won this list. If you go to SWU Competitive Hub, this is the one that won here, won this 64 player stall showdown in France. So is it good? I don't know. Why are you playing the Force one? I don't know. He must have had some really favorable matchups. All right, so against the more blue, similar, we've played a few of these. We have no first turn play, so let's not do that. Give me like a, oh, okay. Well, don't give me that. Give me something better than that. Like Lothwolf is good. So we go Lothwolf into Charlton. Oh, he did not want to play. All right. Let's try again.
Hello there.
All right, Anakin Blue. This should be an interesting matchup. One weakness of the Chancellor Palp, if your opponent really knows how the deck functions, it's tough. And if they can attack your hand is the other one. So we'll start with a Quill. We've got initiative, thankfully. Otherwise, we'd be in a little bit of trouble against Anakin. All right, so let's claim. We have another Quill, which is good. Get rid of the Fell for now. So, yeah, how do you get the Force? Like, we've got a Force unit there, and got no Force units. Like the LGS does, Anakin Yellow, he's pretty damn tough. Yeah, Anakin Yellow. When I first thought about Anakin, that's what I thought about playing. Let's drop a Quill first, and then do our flip. This is one showcase that I do want to get eventually. Is the Chancellor Palpatine one? I think it's pretty cool. Next set, the Padme is what I'm going for. I haven't even seen the rest of the ones, and I'm going for the Padme showcase. The mechanic, similar to Childson, of revealing cards out of your hand seems really cool. All right, let's draw. And then flip. All right, we don't need the Yaddle. Got a lot of cards. Itinerant Warrior. Draw. So, is Chancellor Palpatine good? I don't know. It won that showdown. A lot of people were interested in the list. Well, we played Village Protectors here, right? And then flip. Okay, we have a lot of cards. Go win a showdown with... Kieran says, go win a showdown with Morgan Ellsworth. That's the best showcase. It's Rachel from Friends, but in space. All right, we've got both aspects. I've never made that connection. Rachel from Friends in space. All right, let's just draw a card, I guess. We'll claim. We have a power. We don't have power. But I'm getting too many cards here. See what I've got. All right, well, let's kill Anakin, I guess. Might drop a Luke out. I think we can no glory that one. Yeah, all right, well, we'll flip and play Yaddle. All right, let's get rid of Protector. Seems going okay so far on this deck. We've burned through a lot of cards, though. All right, so we're at 8. City's base. We do have a Luke we can drop out here. He drops a Luke, so we can flip and then play Super Laser Blast. All right. Yes, Yoda now. We don't need any more cards. See the game Jenny image that potentially showed a new Cassian and Dedra. Yeah, they're the two, like, they're the ones that I want Padme and Dedra would be, or Deidre, however you say it. They're the showcases that I like. There's no, the Deidre one might not be it might not be a leader. We don't know yet. Because on the ones for Grogu, so they were sleeves, but he was not a leader. We'll claim. All right, well, Itinerant Warrior, I guess. We've got 3 Lukes. I guess we drop the Luke. Yeah, so they're on the new sleeves slash mats. Yep. I think we just claim. Sort of has to deal with the Luke. Yeah. Not bad. Not a bad deck, this blue force. I'll put the link in the chat if anyone wants to play a different style of deck.
Hello there.
For those just joining now, we have finished the Yoda Red part of the stream. Played 10 games, went 9-1. Only lost one because I was playing a little bit silly with the Yaddle and having double constructed lightsabers against a Boba Data Vault. All right, let's keep this one. I also found strange about this list is that if your opponent really knows what's going on, they can just dodge the lane and not kill your units. Like the other one had the yellow ship which exploits. Right, so we want both sides there. Right, we'll start with that. We'll start with the Lothwolf. Does not have a first turn play. Okay. No glory. Get rid of that one. Yes, the meta's quite wide open. If you look at this, all these different leaders, that's pretty cool. Couple of Sabines, Boba Data Vaults, Sabine Red was interesting. It's a lot of different playstyles and that out there. Okay. I guess he's just saving up. All right, a Forlom. I'll hit base. We can flip here, which will get us a card draw. That's unfortunate. I'll have to power the Forlom there. Oh, the Bazine's good. We'll put that in the row. We can bring that out for 4, which will meet our black requirement on Sidious. Maybe we should have kept it and resourced the Quill because we could have done that into the Lothwolf. So All Things Fade says, think it's pretty cool how there are 6, soon to be 7 sets of leaders that are giving such options. Yeah, that's one thing that I wasn't prepared for coming into here. My resources. Oh, do 1 damage. I was going to say, why can't I play? Well, 2 people can play that game. Well, we do not. Now there are 2 of them, definitely not. That might brick his turn. Yeah, one thing, like I came from other TCGs where they had limited sort of leaders and options, and then when I saw this game and it was like, yeah, you've got 18 leaders per set to pick from. That was pretty cool. I mean, not all of them are hyper competitive, but like there's a lot that are. So yeah, hopefully the Sydney PQ will get to 40. I'm going to try and match what Brisbane. I think the last one was about mid 30s. Canberra was mid 30s. Brisbane was 40. It'd be cool if it gets mid 30s to, pushing up to that 40 number. That would be really cool. 6 rounds is a good amount of rounds and that to play. So I'll be playing there and take it on the Bazine. I'll also be going to Adelaide a couple of weeks later. I think we drop a Yoda here. And then we can surprise him with the Lothwolf. Which will get our flip for the Chancellor Palpatine. We have lost our Super Laser Blast, however, which is unfortunate. Now, was that the right thing to do, actually, because we had Luke's and that? It might still be, because we do need... Let's just claim. We do need... I'm going to run into Bosk there. I don't know if I've sequenced this a little bit wrong, but we do need a Super Laser Blast at some point. We get hit by the CAD unit here, I think. Can't believe you are following me to PQs. Hey, I've been to the Adelaide one the last 2 times, and I've missed out on top 8. Both times I finished like 9th and 10th or something like that. So the funny story about the last one was that I never lost. I think I had like 3 draws and 2 or 3 wins. Yeah, 3 wins, 3 draws or something. So yeah, I never lost on the day. All right, so do we guess power? Save ourselves a little bit of damage. We can long pike. And flip. Yeah, it hurt us when we lost that Super Laser Blast, thanks to the Bazine. Well, if you play Iden, you run that risk. Did I play Iden? No, I played Ray Dartavolt in the last one, and the one before that I did play Iden Yellow. So yes. All right, so what do we Luke here? Like the Bosk is an issue, the CAD's an issue, they're all an issue. I guess the Bosk is the most dangerous one there. All Things Fade says, I never played competitive before, only friendly Magic. So this is all new to me. Yeah, well, I haven't played competitive for about 25 years. So like in person. And even then I was just really at store showdown level was the highest I sort of went. Yeah, we are getting destroyed. Destroyed this game. All right, I think we can hit the Vader. We can fell the Maul if he doesn't. He's best just hit base here. Yeah, hot shot. Yeah. Guess I play a Lothwolf. Yep. Yeah, I think that's it. See what else he got. Wow. We're not winning that game. We got murdered. All right, that's enough for that Palp. I couldn't play that. All right. One last game. This one is like the Blake is in Western Australia. This is his deck.
Hello there.
So is it going to be good? We'll see. So yeah, I never played competitive for about 20, 25 years. I played Hearthstone fairly at a high level, but not in not in any tournaments. I just did the ladder. That was it. And yeah, before that, yeah, 25 years ago, I played the Decipher TCG or CCG, and it was really at store showdown levels back then. I will keep this. Looks all right. 2-2, Grand Inquisitor, False Throw. I think we just have to go with all the low stuff. Hope he doesn't have a Migs here. Yep. Kind of like reminds me of the what do you call it? The Kylo Tarkin town. All right, we'll try again. This time, if he does it, we're in trouble. Sure, like this. Kind of stuck at the moment. Maybe I should have, even if I forced lightning, turned it off. Could have done that. Yeah, we're in trouble. Now this is the unit we needed. We needed the Secretive Sage early on. We needed something where we could sustain a hit and get the force, so we can. Because this matchup, if we had it, maybe not too bad, but we need to be able to get the force. I guess we're gonna have to kill Meeks here because he's gonna be able to do a damage otherwise. Yeah, and the MiG still fired. Wow, that's painful. Yeah, so as I was saying, those ones were like still showdown level. This is getting destroyed. Yeah. Even the witch would have been a great draw early on to get the force to allow us to do stuff. But yeah, that game's over. All right, well that's it. We did not much success with the other decks right at the end, the Towson, but we did the Palpatine was okay. I think it was like 2-1 or 3-1 on that one. But yeah, the Yoda was pretty good. Pretty good. So I'm trying to decide between this and the Iden PQ one. So, some changes in here, Callus, the Mauls, and that. But yeah, it's a long day playing this kind of deck. A little bit different to the one I ran at Galactics, wherever that is. This one here. This one had like 3 Traitorous and all that. It was pretty cool. It had some Charltons and that. I like playing it. The Super Laser Tech, yeah, was no good. Was definitely no good. But the rest of the deck would fire pretty well at Galactics. All right. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll be on tomorrow night. Might do some more Yoda again, some final sort of practice. I won't expose you to myself playing Iden. I think it's a good time playing Yoda, and yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone.